Good morning, everybody. I wanted to go back over what we covered yesterday. This question is what you had in your topic questions, and the formula I had was old price times new quantity, and I think that was a little confusing, so I wanted to make this video to try and redo it. I don't like things to be confusing, so I went on the interwebs and stole something from my AP Classroom, actually, one of your tutorial videos. So the formula I want to do now is GDP deflator is just simply nominal divided by real times 100. Okay, remember, if we deflate something, we're subtracting the inflation. The other way you had it was take nominal GDP times 100 and divide it by the price index, and that still works. You just take GDP times 100 and divide it by inflation, or the price index. Okay, that one still works. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that one, especially when we're solving for something simple like the ones we did with the 4,000, the 4,400 in class. This one, though, whenever you're given a set of this, where you have a base year and a current year, I like to use this teacher's formula. So what she had was nominal GDP equals price, and let me zoom in a little bit, price of CY current year times quantity of CY. So CY equals to current year. And so our current year is going to be the most recent year. So 1993 is going to be our current year. So let's think of it like that. So base year is going to be BY. I should use a different color. How about that? Let's see. Let's do base year in pink. My daughter would be real happy about that. Okay. So BY is going to be the base year. Let's do that. So I know that in this question, they tell us base year. Okay, so the base year, or year 1, year 0, whatever they say is the first year, is going to be 1992. Okay, so we have base year times current year. That's where I told you to do old price times new quantity. Well, that can be confusing, so let's go with real GDP is going to equal to price of the base year times the quantity of the current year. And now, let's look at our question. Zoom out here a little bit. Okay, so now in 1993, it wants to know what are the nominal GDP and real GDP in 1993. Well, 1993, that's the current year, isn't it? So that's what we're looking for. This is all 1993 right here. All right, so let's look at our formula. Nominal, price of the current year. And this is simply price times quantity. If you're just doing nominal, we're going to have 6 as a price, 6 as a quantity, and then for price of good Y and quantity of good Y, we have 10 and 6. So we're going to look for 1993, our current year. We have our 6 times 6, price times quantity, and 10 times 6, price times quantity. That's going to equal to 96. So I know that our nominal GDP in year 3 is 96. So let's look at these. Now, what can I eliminate immediately? Well, I know that nominal GDP is 96, so not you, not you, not you. See how quickly we can get rid of stuff? As soon as you know something, I always say, go with what you know. That means I'm going to get rid of all those. Now I'm down to these two. So I need to solve real GDP. Let's look at it this way. Real GDP is going to be price times base year, or I'm sorry, price of base year times quantity of current year. So now, on good X, the price of my base year, and I wanted to relabel this to keep my head straight, price in 1992 is going to be like 92. Oh, sorry, whoops, that's my 92. That's my 92. And you don't have to do all this highlighting stuff. I just thought it might help, but it's turning out to be a lot to do. But it's all right. So now, zoom back in a little bit. So now I'm going to take price of base year. This is from a real GDP formula. Price of base year times quantity of current year. So I know that my base year is 92, so my price of base year is 5, my quantity of current year is 6, and that's where I got these from. Okay, base year and current year. All right. So now when we take those, I'm just going to do my real GDP of 30 for good X. My real GDP of good Y is going to be 60. So it's simply 10 times 6 and 5 times 6. So I'm going to add these two together, and that's going to give me a real GDP of 90 in 1993. So go back to my question, and it's going to be D. All right, hope that helps it clear up and makes sense. Let me back this out a little bit so you can see this page of notes. And you can pause and relook at that if you need to. All right.